This video is the top 5 reasons why waiting to sell your home could cost you a small fortune. Many people out there who are planning to sell in 2022 may think it's wise to wait until the spring buying market, since historically about 40% of home sales occur between April and July. As you might expect, this year is totally different than any other year that we've experienced, and it's much different than the norm. Here are 5 reasons to list your home now rather than waiting until the spring. The number 1 reason to list your home now rather than wait is that buyers are ready to buy right now. The Showing Time Showing Index reports data from more than 6 million property showings, which are scheduled across the country each month. It's a phenomenal gauge of how many buyers are out there looking at homes at the current time. The latest index, which covers November showings, reveals that buyers are still very active in the market. And if you compare this November's numbers to previous years, the graph shows that the index is higher than last year. It's much higher than the 3 years prior to the pandemic. There's an influx of buyers searching for your home right now. And you've also got to keep in mind that during the winter, and especially with the pandemic and Omicron, only buyers who are serious about buying a home are going to be out there in the market. The weather and the health conditions completely eliminate tire kickers. You certainly don't want yourself or your loved ones being inconvenienced by casual searchers. Freddie Mac says it best in their recent blog. Buyers who are willing to house hunt in the winter market when there are fewer options are typically more serious. Plus, you've also got year-end bonuses and overtime payouts, which give people much more purchasing power than at any other point in the year. And that theory is proving to be true right now based on the number of buyers who have put a home under contract to purchase. The National Association of Realtors, or NAR, publishes a monthly pending sales index, which measures housing contract activity. And it's based exclusively on signed real estate contracts for existing single-family homes, condos, and co-ops. The latest index shows that housing demand continues to be high. Homes placed on the market for sale go from listed status to under contract status in approximately 18 days. And if you compare the index to previous Novembers, while it is slightly below November of 2020, which is when all sales were pushed to later in the year because of the pandemic, it's well above the previous 3 years. So the real takeaway here is there are buyers in the market and they're ready and willing to buy right now. Now those NAR numbers are great, but I can tell you what we're experiencing in South Florida is unique to anything I've ever seen. There is more demand right now than at any other point, period. So if you want to sell, now's the time. The number 2 reason to consider listing now as opposed to waiting is that other sellers plan to list earlier this year. Look, supply and demand dictates that if you want the best possible price and the ability to negotiate the best possible terms, then you need to put your house on the market when there's strong demand and less competition. A recent study by Realtor.com reveals that unlike in previous years, sellers plan to list their homes in the winter instead of waiting until spring or summer. The study shows that 65% of sellers who plan to sell in 2022 have either already listed their home or they're planning to put it on the market this winter. So if you're looking to sell and get the best price and the ability to negotiate the best terms of sale on your house, getting in front of that competition makes the most sense. The number 3 reason why you should consider listing now rather than waiting is that newly constructed homes will be your competition in the spring. In 2020, there were almost 980,000 new single-family housing units authorized by building permits. And many of those homes have yet to be built because of the labor shortages and the supply chain bottlenecks that were brought on by the pandemic. Well, make no mistake, they'll be completed in 2022, and they will create additional competition for your home when you choose to sell. Beating these newly constructed homes to the market is something you should absolutely consider to ensure that your home gets the most attention from interested buyers as possible. The number 4 reason you should consider selling now rather than waiting is there will never be a better time to move up. So if you're looking for a larger, more expensive, more expansive home, now's the time to do it. Prices are expected to appreciate by approximately 5% over the next 12 months. And bear in mind, that 5% is a national average. In South Florida, that number is significantly higher, which means it's going to cost you a lot more in down payment and mortgage payment if you wait. You can lock in a 30-year fixed mortgage rate in the low 3s right now. So if you're thinking about selling in 2022, you want to do it now rather than waiting, as mortgage rates are forecasted to rise throughout the year, and they are going to rise. The number 5 reason you may want to sell now rather than wait is that right now might be the right time for you to make a change. And this is where you really have to get introspective and think about why you're selling in the first place, and really get granular about whether it's worth waiting. Is waiting more important than being closer to your loved ones right now? Is waiting more important than your health and your mental well-being right now? Is waiting more important than having the space that you truly need for your family and for yourself to thrive and be happy? Is waiting more important than your freedom? Look, I don't know the answer to these questions, but you do. Take some time to think about your goals and your priorities as we move into 2022, and really think about what's the most important thing to act on right now. So if you've been on the sidelines and you've been debating with yourself whether you should sell or whether you should wait, and you're curious about market conditions in your area right now, then please, let's connect and have expert advice on the best time to put your home on the market. The fact is, we've got buyers from all over the country and all over the world that are chomping at the bit to buy your home right now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, smash that thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel. The more you engage with this content, the more YouTube will put this content in front of people just like you, and we want to help everybody. Are you thinking about selling or really thinking about moving ever? Please let me know in the comments down below, or just reach out directly. Call, text, DM, send a carrier pigeon, a smoke signal, by any means necessary, because we've got your back when it comes to moving to or living in South Florida. And now please check out my next video, which you can find up here. And until next time,